that girl Henny. Y'all gotta go to her channel.
The girl Henny, do you know who she is?
She a blogger or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just like, where did this lady come from?
You
Girl been on your ass.
She on your life, G.
Shout out to Henny over there.
I said I wasn't coming on the camera. Forgot to turn my camera off. What's poppin', what's poppin', what's poppin', y'all? Welcome back to the bar. If you are new here, kick off your shoes, relax your feet, get comfy, and pour up with Henny because we are kicking it. Yes, snap, snap, snaps. But please don't forget to like, comment, and of course, subscribe. Click the notification bell, select all so that you get notified whenever I do a video. And to my returning Mob Down Henny Gang members, yeah. Now let's get into this content. So, yesterday, Royce Reed from Basketball Wives decided to come on live and do her own story time. And child, she is out here airing out her baby daddy, Dwight Howard. Also, a video has surfaced of Benzino being evicted, or was he arrested? What, I don't know what's going on with that video, but baby, we are going to review that video and we are going to try to figure it out for ourselves, because I'm not even going to lie to you or hold you. I did not watch the whole video because I wanted to give y'all my natural reaction, because I know y'all like it when I give y'all my natural reaction. So if you are over here on IG, head over to my story post, click the link, and come over to Straight Henny Reviews on YouTube, because we're about to pour up on all of this hot Henny, baby. Now, I will see y'all at the bar. Now that we have posted and the hootie-hoo has been put out there for YouTube, let me see how I look coming back up on this camera. Child, I'm looking a little natural and plain, a naturally plain Jane. But she's still cute, though. But she's still cute, though. But she's still cute, though. Anyway, what's popping, everybody? What's popping? What's popping? So I know we normally have slid into the theme of doing court docs, okay? And I love doing my court docs with y'all. But I want to talk about some of these trending topics that are going on around the cipher, because guess what? There's more to me than just court docs. And I have a lot of personality. And for those of y'all who don't know, y'all going to get to know exactly who Henny is. Because, baby, I am the bomb. If I do say so myself, because if I don't toot my horn, who will? Anyway, so if you were paying attention to IG yesterday, honey, because you know what? I saw this. Let me put my music on while I talk to y'all. I saw this when she first posted it first thing in the morning yesterday. And I said, should I follow that? Because Royce is kind of tricky. You know what I'm saying? When you watched her on Basketball Wives, it was like either you liked her or you didn't like her. Of course, those are the two options in life, right? But I liked Royce, but I always felt like she was extra. And I felt like she was like that kind of nice mean, like a mean girl that poses as nice. Like she just seemed, I don't know. Am I describing this right? That's how it's coming off to me. Oh, thank you guys. Thank you so much, just me. You beautiful too. You beautiful. Y'all beautiful. Oh, y'all getting the ads already? Look, Lakeisha said ads. They starting a crap, Henny. The ads is monetized. Cha-ching. Thank you very much, YouTube, for monetizing the video. Anyway, you agree, right? It was always something. It was like she's this angry woman that put on a nice girl mask. She was pretending, okay? She was pretending. So now, in this latest thing, I don't know if this is because Dwight Howard has gotten engaged, because I think that has something to do with it. She is not the only one that decided to air him out, because let's get to the hot Henny, okay? Let's get to the hot Henny over here. Because before, child, I was up late night with y'all, so y'all leave me alone, okay? I might mispronounce a few words here or there, because y'all know I already have kind of like a speech impediment. And if you real Henny gang, you know where it came from. So don't come for me, because I didn't send for none of you. But before Royce decided to air out Dwight Howard, this young lady right here, let me big this up real quick. She was airing him out. And if you don't know who this is, okay, if you're part of the Krishana Blueface sector, then you know who Neve is. Neve is the young lady who came out and has the tattoo on her thigh. And it looks like, it don't look like, it is a hand that is giving some mouth mop. And people were saying that was Blueface, that it was a tattoo of Blueface getting some mouth mop, okay? Now, she recently came out and posted to her stories, and she said, "Merry Christmas, Dwight. How you engaged that manly face and I was just squirting all over your face." I call girl foul. Okay. So in the text messages, it says the F word. It says, I really text because I miss you. I miss you. Wait a minute. Get out of here, Rolly. Apparently, Dwight texted her and told her that he missed her. Splash her all over him. Okay. And then he says, thick ass. She says, y'all don't see it. Y'all see it. Y'all see it. Okay. He says, where are you? What part of LA? She says, North Hollywood. So clearly, this young lady has had some type of dealings with Dwight, because there he is right there. And then there is another video. She says right here, the tattoo isn't meant for him whatsoever. So where is his name on me? It means money on my mind. He trolled y'all. But you trolled us right along with him, okay? And you sat up there and allowed that narrative to be spun that you was one of Blueface's girlfriends. Girl, we ain't forget. You might be able to fool people outside of the sector, but we know what was going on inside of this sector, honey, because we seen you. Because when the girl came out that was hearing impaired, she came out and she said that the other girl was lying and that she was writing with Blueface as well. And then she also sent the text message of Blueface texting her back from inside Click Click City. See, we remember over here, so you could try to clear it up all you want to. And we are not judging you. If other people are calling you a 304, we are not calling you a 304, honey, because we see it's hard out here for a pimp. So you getting it how you getting it, honey. But this all came out, and if you notice in the first slide, it says how you gonna get engaged to her, and I was just doing the do and the whoop with you, and it was all over your face. I can't make this up. Anyway, so she tries to clear it up about Blueface, right? And then she goes on to continue to post a video of her and Dwight together. Me and my man getting back together. Them kissing and all of that stuff. Now, again, I do not know the origin of this video. I do not know when they were together. I don't know the dates. I don't know the times. She was very careful not to post dates and not to post times. But this engagement got them bothered, honey. Okay? And now that we've cleared that up for those of y'all who be over here that ain't a part of the Blueface and Krishan sector, that is Homegirl's history, and that is how we know her. So now we're going to move it right on along, and we're going to get into the activities and the festivities that took place yesterday, because yesterday, Royce did not one, not two, but 3 videos, okay? And this was the beginning of it right here where she, the first hold on one second. The first video that she put out on this IG page, and she's hashtagging, I had a baby by Superman. Now, at first, I was like, hold on. I thought she had a baby with Dwight Howard because I thought Shaq was Superman. But apparently they must have called Dwight Howard Superman as well. Okay. So she decided she was going to do a story time. And this is getting really like kooky to me because why is it? Let me save that for the end. Hey, shout out to Star Olivia for becoming a member. Star is a member. Welcome to the other side. Yes, members is getting ready to pick back up. So if you canceled your subscription, you may want to renew it, okay? Because we're getting ready to start picking back up and doing some things now that Henny is content creating full time, okay? Are y'all loving it at the Patreon? Drop Henny's glasses in the chat if y'all are loving the Patreon. But anyway, let's get back to this content. So Royce, hold on, because how we get there? So Royce has gone on ahead and started airing him out, okay? Why? I have no idea. And this is going to be a little doozy, so let's get started.
Hey y'all, it's Royce.
Hey girl.
And due to a lot of recent occurrences that include lies, fabrications, false accusations, threats, etc.
Now, I don't recall hearing any of these things, so maybe these things are going on behind the scenes. I don't know.
I realize that it's about that time for me to tell my story from the beginning to now.
Child, did y'all pick up how she said from the beginning to now? That means she's going to take us all the way back and bring us all the way forward. And that's exactly what she did. But I don't know if it's a combination of the baby mama, baby daddy feuding that goes on behind the scenes and all of this that she said, or if it's just the mean. I don't know. Let's continue.
Unfortunately, someone keeps calling my bluff. And when you're an ant fighting an elephant, the only way to eat an elephant is bite by bite. Therefore, I want to let you know that I am a true Cancer zodiac. I told you to leave me alone. I told you not to fuck with me, yet you still do. So, because of that, I am not Michelle Obama. When they take it low, I do not take it high. I take it to hell.
That was my inclination right there, that it was about to go down. Yeah. I don't like this. Let's continue.
And now, you're going to get what you asked for. I had a baby by Superman, and here's his fucking kryptonite.
Child, she said, here's his kryptonite. But for those of y'all who don't know anything about Superman, kryptonite is what actually cripples him, okay? They've been talking bad about her for years. She has never told her part of the story. Okay, see, so you must follow Royce because I haven't followed Royce. I know a lot of people don't like Royce. But again, like I said, this right here, child, she about to spill it. I have a Henny Patreon, just haven't gotten to visit since Auntie's, but will start checking in. Girl, you missing it because we over there doing court, we doing murder mysteries and everything over there now. We done just finished watching John Bonet. We done watched Lacey Peterson. We getting ready to do the movie over there and everything. We doing unsolved court docs and all types of, not court docs, but court cases over there and everything. So yeah, we've changed up the content. But baby, now let me tell you, she was going in on her live today. I did not catch the live from today, but I will start catching those lives because baby, this is about to get messy. Okay, when a baby mama come out and the baby mama start airing things out, sirs, just for the men in the back, let me just warn you. I mean, run. Cause she about to go low. She already done warned us. When they go low, I'm going to hell. Now, this is where the story time begins. This is part 1. And baby, she gonna take us through the years from when they met and all.
Hey y'all, I'm Royce. I'm a little under the weather, but I'm gonna get this out. So this is my story about how my life changed beginning July 31st, 2004 to now.
Oh, I gotta see y'all using
All
y'all.
because I had a baby.
Hold on, I'm sorry, Royce. We gonna let you speak, but I need to see. Are y'all using y'all stickers right now? I'm sorry, Royce. We gonna let you. Is that what I'm seeing? Y'all are using your straight handy media stickers. Oh my god, I'm about to cry. Y'all are using y'all stickers. Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna make y'all some more stickers. I promise. Okay, but let's continue.
By Superman. Part 1.
Not
July
Yabba Dabba
31st, 2004, I was at the movies at Downtown Disney with 2 of my friends. When 3 male figures walk in, one looking to be about an inch away from being a midget, the other very skinny and he had a bad acne problem, and another one who is extremely tall. As they come over to the concession stand, we are greeted with, "Y'all in my book." Our response was, what? He goes,
Now wait a minute. Her descriptions were sending me. Unfortunately, the emojis don't show up here on the StreamYard, but I'm looking over here on the phone and I see it, and y'all are throwing it. Yes, the members are throwing the stickers, the customized stickers. Yay! I'm so happy for y'all. She said an inch away from being a midget. She didn't have to do that man like that. She didn't have to do it. She said the other one really bad acne. And of course, we know who the very tall one is. Okay. I will say this. Royce is, I guess, because she's just telling her story and it's not meant to be entertaining. It's just her giving it out. I will tell y'all, I am going to pause and give y'all some commentary. I will be adding also some sound effects to try to help hype it up because she's, baby, pay attention. Pay attention to what she say.
"Your book." And respond, "No, sweetie, I'm grown." He goes, "No, my magic book. Y'all used to dance with the magic." Oh, yes. He's like, "I'm the rookie." Oh, hey. That's how that went. Okay. And he was talking about, "Oh, y'all not dancing this year, that we left them with the Lion King." Like, it.
So if you don't know Royce, because I know a couple people in here don't know who she is. Royce is, when basketball games have like their halftime shows and stuff like that, they're not exactly the cheerleaders, but they're the entertainers, the people who dance and entertain at like halftime and stuff like that. So she was an NBA dancer. So that's why Dwight is introducing himself as the rookie, because when she was dancing for the team, at that point in time, he was the rookie for the team that she was dancing for. Okay. So that's Royce's background. So you guys can understand. And I guess they have a yearbook that they give out that has everybody who was there for that year, kind of like high school. And so when he walked up to her and he said, "You're in my yearbook," that's what he's referring to.
It was a bunch of niceties. And that was it. He still had braces. We go to see The Notebook, and they go to see something that I used to think was Transformers, but it was something along those lines. Maybe I wrote that. I don't know. Anyway,
it's in
about
the
10, 20 minutes into our movie, I go to the bathroom because I am now in a full-blown argument with my then boyfriend, who is breaking up with me because he is swearing that I'm at the movies with a dude. Obviously, I am not, but he was very insecure, and it was just an ongoing thing with us. So we broke up that day, and I was devastated because I got dumped. Anyway, walk out the bathroom, and Superman is sitting there on the bench, and he goes, "No one should ever make you cry like that." Okay, thank you. And you're like, "No, you know what I'm saying?"
Okay, so he's being the typical dude, okay? I always side eye when dudes do stuff like that because I don't know what their intentions are. What are your intentions? Well, she's saying she was this was 20 years ago. Why now? Because she still has a baby with him. The child, if I'm not mistaken, I believe is about 16, 17, or 18, somewhere around there. We're going to find out from there. But I believe someone told me in the live that he's 17 years old. So for 17 years, she's been dealing with Dwight Howard as a baby daddy. But child, listen, this is going to pick up. Because she going to tell you how she got pregnant. She going to tell you the whole process. She going to tell you about what happened when she gave birth. She going to tell all of it, okay? And, you know, I haven't heard anything from her. Like, I've never heard her say anything about him that was sideways. Nothing that she ever did went viral when it came down to him. So it's leaving me to also believe that Royce may have been quiet all of this time, just dealing with things, and now she's reached a bubbling point. Or maybe could this just be her warning the other girl of the type of man that she's about to marry? Because you know that he's engaged to marry Luciani, I believe is how you say her name, from Love and Hip Hop. Amy. Did I say Mary or Amy? It's Amy. Okay, so let's continue.
You know, I know I'm young, but like, no man should ever make you feel like that. Yeah, embrace it. So I'm like, again, thank you. And I go on about my business and I go back to the movie. And I'm in the movie doing all of this, of course, on my little aim, my little sidekick. But by the end of the movie, I'm just kind of over it. So we're walking out the theater and they're leaning on the car like they're in Boys in the Hood. So we're walking across the street and his cousin comes up to me, which is the one with the acne problem, and he goes, hey, you know, my cousin trying to holler at you. And I was like, well, why is your cousin not over here? So he calls him over, and yes, we exchanged numbers. And yes, it probably was because, not even probably, it was because I was trying to make my now ex jealous. It is what it is. I was 24, whatever. So his first text to me was, hey, this is real name, a tall guy. So if you've ever seen me put TG on something or like heard about that nickname, that's where that came from.
Yes,
so,
Cam.
Anyway, fast forward, 2 months go by and I have not gone out with him. I haven't really said too much to him outside of like AIM and, you know, T-mail.
Oh, you know what, Coolest Jazz? You're right. Some NDAs are 20 years, but then there's other NDAs like the ones that Diddy was putting out there, where those NDAs are for your life and they last a certain amount of years past his life. Like those NDAs that Diddy had set up were supposed to be for forever. All right. So you make a good point, Coolest Jazz, because I did not think about that. It's possible that she had an NDA that she could not sign that was given to her by the NBA, because she does talk about the NBA as well in these videos.
So I was just being an asshole. Well, realizing that my relationship is now over for real. My dad is like, well, why not just go and like hang out? You know, he's like, you don't have to like do anything. He's like, but just hang out. You know, have like male companionship.
Thank you, Miss
Not
Penny.
like that, but just someone to hang out with and have fun that enjoys doing like goofy shit like me, right? So we decide that we're going to go to the movies at Festival Bay, which is now changed names probably like 20 times. But we go to those movies, and I'll never forget this day because this is when I felt the shift. But it was a man and his son. And the son ran up to me and was like, oh my God, you're a magic dancer. And I'm like, yeah, you know, I am. That never happens, y'all. People don't know the magic dancers here. Like, no, for real. People don't know the magic dancers at all. So I was like taken aback, and he asked if he could take a picture. He pulls out a real camera and he takes a picture. After that day, there was a shift. I started getting invited to promos, to fashion shows, to theme parks, like, you know, team events. I was everywhere. And
so now pay attention to the timeline that is on the bottom. So it says from October 2024 to October 2005. This is when she says her career began to shift and take off. They were out at a movie date. Somebody came up, click, click. Oh, you a magic dancer. Let me take your picture. Once that picture goes out, she starts catapulting and skyrocketing, because now guess what? I believe this is when, I don't remember that far back. I'm not going to lie to y'all. So anybody that remembers that far back, please correct me if I'm wrong. But I believe that that is when the rumors of her and Dwight started. And so her career starts to take off. Now, one thing that I will say that I have noticed about not all athletes, but a lot of people that are in the celebrity limelight, there are some men, I'm saying some, I am not saying all, so do not twist what Henny is saying and say, she's what him was, that's not true. I'm saying some because we've seen this happen. There are some times when the person, let me just say the person, because even women can get like this. So let me be fair and say the person. The person who is the bigger celebrity or the celebrity in the situation, when the other person begins to gain some type of notoriety, they don't like that. And they begin to try to stifle that person. And that comes with a lot of narcissistic behaviors and tendencies. It also comes with jealousy. It comes with a bigger me, little you type of complex. So it can happen. It can even happen in everyday life where the person that this person is with starts to take off in life and they're going to snatch them to pull them back. That is something that definitely happens. So now let's continue.
And I had stated a few times that I was thinking about going back to dance. And he was against it. So I did a brand ambassador tour with Chairman of Dr. Pepper, came back, and I said, I've made up my mind. Like, I'm doing this. And was he being supportive of things that I was doing? Yes. He was at the fashion shows that I did with Gaucher. Yes, that Gaucher. Hey, girl. He was coming to my parties. I mean, he was around. So I'm not going to say like he wasn't doing anything. He was. But I wanted my career. I went back. The team took me back, knowing what our history was. I danced that year. The next year, I said I wanted to go to Miami. I said I wanted to dance for the Heat. That was my dream team, either there or the Dallas Cowboys. And both of those he was completely against, and I had no idea why. He would offer like our suggestions for other teams, but never those two. Just completely against anything in Texas and Miami.
Right.
I audition for the team. I make it. Yay me. And after a couple weeks, there's a couple girls that are just treating me weird, and I didn't know why. Well, I ended up finding out that he had cheated on me with one of my teammates who used to live in Texas, but now
pay attention to the timeline. This is between June 2006 and December 2006. So now we are 2 years, about 2 years into the relationship because they met in 2004. Now we are in 2006. Child. So in that time, he's supporting you as his girlfriend. But career-wise, he didn't want you to go back to dancing. And he had a secret as to why he did not want you to go dance in Miami. Child, red flags. He was cheating on you with one of your teammates. And you found this out. So let's continue to listen because, child, this is where it's starting to get good.
Was coming to the Heat, and he had been trying to get both of us to not say anything. Anyway, broke up with him and trying to live my best life, y'all. Really was, right? And I ended up getting in an argument with one of my best friends on the team that you all know is Super Black Girl, crazy. Got in an argument with her, so I was suspended for 2 weeks. So I went to Mexico with my DJ friend. And we had time of our life, whatever, came back and my phone is blowing up. My little sidekick. And it's him. And I'm asking for advice from my DJ friend, and he's like, hey, just go and talk to him, just see what he got to say. And I'll just hear him out. Like, maybe he really is sorry. Okay. I go to the hotel.
Hold on. Pretty Ginger just brought up something that I was unaware of. And she says that Royce wasn't treated properly. She wasn't given her proper credit. For Basketball Wives, the credit was all given to Shawnee O'Neal. She was interviewed by Carlos King. She was treated horribly. I could see that because let me tell you something about Basketball Wives. Sidebar for a second. Basketball Wives, to me, I stopped watching it when I realized that it's just a circle of rich mean girls. And the reason I say that is because if you're not a part of the clique, the inner circle, then you get treated poorly. The last straw for me was when the whole situation went down with OG. Now, if y'all want me to talk about some of that stuff, we could talk about some of that stuff. But when OG was treated badly and they were saying that she was aggressive and people felt threatened and scared of her, after watching Evelyn jump on tables and do all types of craziness, tables get thrown on other people and they're back at the show when they've displayed more dangerous, more violent behavior than OG ever did. To me, that was messed up. Was it colorism? I don't know. But I definitely know it was a clique thing. Okay, it was a clique thing. And if you ask me, Tammy was the only one that was able to stand strong outside of that clique on that show. Because that's one of the reasons why you get Jackie kissing everybody's behind. Jackie's messy, but Jackie be kissing everybody's behind because she wants to stay in that inner circle on that group. Now, that's my 1-2 on the situation. That's how I observe it. You don't have to agree with me, but that's what I see. But anyway, we could also take a look at that Carlos King interview in Members.
And at first he wasn't in there because he was at like team meetings. But then he comes in and we're in there and we're talking and he's pleading his case and asking for forgiveness, talking about how much he loves me and that he'll never do it again, that I'm the one for him, I'm perfect this, perfect that, all these things, y'all. And I said I would think about it. I said, you know, I'll talk to you later. So I walked to the room, or I walked to the door, and he pulls me back with my arm, and he's like, well, can I at least have a hug? Sure. That hug turned into kissing and touching and our child being conceived. I did not know I was pregnant until about a little over a month later when I was in practice, and one of the dancers who, funny story, ended up marrying the head coach of, that's not important, sorry. So,
let's take a pause for a second. Let me just say this. Ladies and gentlemen, I am not going to judge her. I am not going to judge her. Because he hit her with the... We have all fallen for that Gotti. Y'all having a heated conversation. You think you got the one up, especially us ladies. First of all, you went and met him at his hotel room. Girl, let me tell you what life has shown me. You'll never meet in a secluded area when you're trying not to do, and you trying to keep your legs closed and stay up off the radar with somebody. Because when y'all get the hugging, y'all get the touching, y'all get the kissing, y'all get the feeling, and then the next thing you know, you be the bottom of your feet be facing the top of the ceiling, okay? Or the bottom of your feet be facing the wall behind you, or you be looking at the floor. If you catch what I'm saying. He got her with the flim flam, y'all. He hit her with it. We can't even be mad at her because we're going to be grown over here. You can't be mad at her. But he got her. He definitely got me.
After practice, I go to Walgreens and I buy a pregnancy test and I take it home, take the test, call my brother's then girlfriend, wait for the results. And when I see them, I start bawling. I literally lost it. I saw my entire career just disappear. And I was devastated. I called my mom in the same state of mind. She's losing it. She's freaking out until I finally tell her, like, I'm pregnant. She goes, oh, I thought you killed somebody. That's how
oh my God.
hard I was crying. She asked me if I had told him, and I said, I've been texting him. I've been texting his cousin. I've been texting his best friend, and nobody was responding. And I said, Mom, I cannot be a mother. And I said, please help me. Like, I cannot be a mom. I'm not ready to be a mother. And she was like, well, you're going to have to tell your dad. For 2 days, I waited for a response. And when I finally got one, the response was, I was asleep. I responded, for 2 days, you just played a game in Milwaukee last night. And then he responded, I thought you were on birth control.
Child. Did I just end it? That's the end of the video. That's the end of the video, y'all.
Milwaukee last night. And then he responded, I thought you were on birth control.
Baby. I know there's going to be some people that's going to get mad at me when I say this. But that's why y'all come here. I know it's a 3-part. I know. We only did the first part. And we got the second. Matter of fact, did I send it? I got to send the third video. Hold on. I'm going to send it to myself. We getting ready to get into part 2. Hold on. Because let me explain something to everybody out here, especially my very grown folks. Just because somebody is on birth control, it does not mean that they still cannot get knocked up. We are too grown. When you are over a certain age, once you learn about sexual education, you know what happens when you shoot up the club. There's a possibility that a baby is going to be produced. And you cannot throw all of that responsibility on one person. If you don't want a child, then you make sure you're taking the precautions that you need to take to not produce said child. Because I'm not going to give that excuse up. Well, obviously he didn't want no kid because he thought you was on birth control. And well, why he didn't slip on a Ziploc? Why he didn't put on a rain jacket before he went out there playing in the rain? Because here's the thing, it's a 2-party situation. Nobody can get pregnant by themselves. And if you don't want children, take the necessary precautions to make sure that you don't knock somebody up, that you don't want to have children with, 1, or 2, that you just don't want to have at all. Take the necessary precautions. Because that, to me, and I know a lot of my men viewers are probably going to get mad at me when I say this, but that's not a very mature response. You knew what you was doing. You knew when you asked her to meet with you that you was trying to somebody rocking, knocking the boots. Y'all was trying to, ooh, yeah. And now that you, ooh, yeah, now you sitting there talking about, oh, no. Chop. Then again, conversations need to be had as well before doing the do. So the two of you are on the same page and y'all can, ooh, yeah, in peace. Anywho, let's get back to the content. Child, he done left her off at, I thought you was on birth control, baby. Oh, no. All right, here we go. Here's her part 2.
Hey, y'all. It's Royce. And this is my story about how my life changed beginning July 31st, 2004 to now, all because I had a baby by Superman, part 2. We left off with, I thought you were on birth control. I'd like for it to be noted that I had not been on birth control our entire relationship. He was very aware, and also as to why he was not against it. Also, I'd like for it to be noted that...
Hold on. Go back.
I thought you were on birth control. I'd like for it to be noted that I had not been on birth control our entire relationship. He was very aware.
She was not on birth control the whole relationship, and he was very aware.
Allegedly.
Because this is her account of things. I have to say allegedly for the platform, okay? But he was very aware according to her.
Also as to why he was not against it. Also, I'd like for it to be noted that there was no attempt to pull out that particular day, whereas in the past, he would move so fast that he would run into the dresser drawers.
Not that he would run so fast that he would run into the dresser drawers. Yikes, okay? Lord, have mercy. So if he's doing all of that, then that tells me, now I don't know because I'm not there, and all of this that I'm about to say is
allegedly.
But if you doing all of that, then you know that this girl can get knocked up. Child, come on, Dwight.
So let's continue. About a week went on, and there was a little bit of communication, and the communication was regarding terminating the pregnancy. I was told that he would help me. I just needed to get to Orlando, and we would do it there. I said, okay, not a problem. Just know it has to be a quick turnaround because I have to get back to work, and I can't let my parents know. Please understand, I had no idea how abortions worked at all. So I'm thinking that I could just get up and turn around. Anyway, communication ceased again. Now I'm having to talk to my parents. I talked to my mom again. She was adamant about me telling my dad. So I told my dad, and my dad was like, huh. I'm like, huh, what? He goes, all right. And I said, well, I don't want you to worry because I'm not going to keep the baby. I'm going to terminate pregnancy, and then I'm going to finish the season out. I'm going to go to Vegas. I'm going to fulfill this contract that I got with Treasure Island. Like, I had all these plans, and I was going to pursue my career. And he was like, no. He was like, you're going to put that on hold. And I was like, what are you talking about? He was like, you were woman enough to lay down. You're going to be woman enough to keep this baby.
Her papa told her now, didn't he? He said, y'all done laid up there and had this baby. You about to continue the party with the baby. Now I'm gonna say this as well because I do agree with the comments that are coming in. Bringing protection and shows a sign of respect for not only you, the person who is the recipient of the woo yeah, but also for yourself as the giver of the woo yeah. Okay, and I feel like this, men and women, you should both have your own layers of protection that are coming into this. I'm also going to say this because I do agree this is both of them put themselves in this situation because number one, if he knew she wasn't on birth control and he was pulling out and running pulling out so quick and so fast that he was running into dressers, that means he had no intentions of trying to create life, but he wanted that skin to skin effect. Okay. And with the both of them aware of this, the both of them put themselves into that situation to where a child could be created. So both of them are at fault for the situation that is occurring right now, not one or the other, both of them. Because like I said, it takes two. It takes two. Y'all get them likes up. Get them likes up.
Now, back then, it wasn't a decision that was just easily made where you could just go to a clinic.
Not bush bumps.
It was also extremely expensive, especially for someone who was dancing on basketball courts and booty shorts and a half top. So my mom did not give me the money, and I was now stuck. And I was asking friends. I was trying to just figure out anything I could do. It even got to the point where I was drinking magnesium citrate, or I was trying to use a hanger. It was bad. It was bad. But when I went to the doctor and I heard the heartbeat, that is when things were put into a bigger perspective for me. I don't know what it is, but when you hear that heartbeat, it changes you. And I knew then that I was going to be a mom. And so now it's time to tell Superman that he is having a baby. And as you can imagine, that message was not received well. And I was met with a bunch of, oh, you're tarnishing my image, you're ruining my career. I'm a Christian, what I look like having a baby, and I'm trying to put the cross on the NBA logo.
You're a Christian, and what do you look like having a baby? You look like somebody who is having sex. That's what you look like. I don't know where this thing came in. Okay, yes, they say you're supposed to abstain and abstinence, and we're supposed to be virginal until we get married. Unfortunately, we live in a world, in a land where we fornicate and we find out about the joys and the pleasures of skin to skin. We do find out that. Okay. Anybody that's going to look at you and judge you is somebody that you should not want to be around. Let's stop putting these unrealistic expectations on people. Let's stop that. Because that right there, to throw religion into the fold, you wasn't thinking about being a Christian when you was knocking the boots. You wasn't thinking about the cross you was trying to put on the NBA. That's my whole thing is this. If you're going to put yourself to that high standard, then hold yourself to that high standard and that level of accountability at all times. Not just for Dwight Howard, for everybody who holds themselves to that. If you're going to do something and later on, you're going to be like, oh, but I'm a Christian. You can't. But you wasn't thinking about that when you was doing it, now was you?
Bruh.
Don't do that. That's all.
How could you do this to me? You're a gold digger. Oh yeah, I would sit with everything, y'all.
Bruh.
Like I didn't have a career. But because none of those changed my mind, he then hits me with, and I have a girlfriend. Okay.
Now you have a girlfriend. But you did not have the girlfriend. See what I'm saying? There's so much to unpack here. There's so much to unpack here. Where was the girlfriend when you were sliding up in her raw dog in it? Where was the girlfriend? And I'm not just saying that, because this also goes for, what I'm about to say goes for both people. Hear me out before y'all shut me out or decide to come for me in the comment section. When you're in a relationship with a person and you decide to cheat and step out, where the heck is the thought for the other person before you go sliding and raw dogging it into somebody? Sorry, Nino. So now I'm telling you, after doing this, after doing the do and you doing all of this to get back into my good graces and get you a piece of that nookie, ookie. Now that a baby has been created, we had a plan in play that I was going to go and terminate. But then after having a conversation with my parents, it has been decided that I'm going to keep said baby. Now you're a Christian and you have a girlfriend.
You act like a little bitch right now.
I've always had a girlfriend. Oh, wow. Okay. So now I'm realizing, y'all, that not only is this person a completely different person than I thought he was, but I've realized that he is a master manipulator and he will do any and everything to get exactly what he wants. I didn't fall for it. And because I didn't fall for it, I was then met with hell on earth. When I was about 4 or 5 months pregnant, I was asked to attend a meeting at a restaurant right around the corner from my townhome. I agreed to it, and when I got there, one of the first things said to me was, "You don't look pregnant." I said, "Thank you." They said, "No, because you have your belly ring in still." Mind you, I had already had this conversation before about wearing a belly ring while I was pregnant. I just liked it. But then they said that it just looks like you're poking your stomach out. Why am I here? Like, what the fuck y'all got going on? What do you want? Right? We sit down, and in this meeting is his manager, his cousin, himself. I am then offered money. I'm asking what the money is for. I'm thinking that maybe it's to help me with my pregnancy. No. I was asked to move away and say that this baby was not his. Twice. I declined. They got angry. I was then approached by the team office, and they wanted me to come in and have a sit-down conversation and do a prenatal paternity test.
Sorry, what? We cannot fathom this life. But you know what? At the end of the day, this is celebrities. This is how celebrities behave. Okay. He had a meeting with her, with himself, his cousin, and his manager. And then she gets called into the offices and asked to do a prenatal paternity test. Wow. I see both sides of this. On this side, it's to make sure that it's his kid. But on her side, it's like, what the? Are you serious? Uh-oh. My bad. I didn't realize that I had moved it. Anyway, yeah, let's continue. That's why I said this is heating up.
I'm asking what the money is for. I'm thinking that maybe it's to help me with
Sorry,
my
I had
pregnancy.
rewound it a bit.
I was asked to move away and say that this baby was not his. Twice. I declined. They got angry. I was then approached by the team office, and they wanted me to come in and have a sit-down conversation and do a prenatal paternity test. My doctor said absolutely not. Therefore, I said no, it was dangerous. And once the baby came, I was not opposed to doing so. For the next couple months, I got ready for a baby shower. I got ready with my baby registry. And every time I did anything, I was met with false accusations. I was threatened with the baby registry. I was told to take his name off of there. And I did. For the baby shower invitations, I was told to take the name off of there. So I did. But I still was getting threatened. I was still receiving anonymous messages on MySpace and Twitter. And I didn't know what to do. Around early November, I started having really bad complications with my pregnancy, and I was put on bed rest. I didn't listen, but I was put on bed rest. As hard as it was to sit still, it was something that I knew I needed to do because I could tell something was wrong. On November 16th, I had a doctor's appointment, and my doctor was like, you need to go to the hospital and they need to put you on a monitor. Stop letting them tell you that you're dehydrated. I said, okay, cool. We go to the hospital. They still don't put me on the monitor, and I'm just over it, and I go home. Around 3:33 that next morning, November 16th, I woke up to excruciating pain. I threw something down the stairs. My brother came up, who had been staying with me, told him I needed to go to the hospital. We go to the hospital. They finally put me on a monitor, and they're like, oh my gosh, you're having contractions for real. No shit. They say that they're going to admit me. I said, until how long? They said, until you have this baby.
Thank you, Curly Cookie, for the super
Tell my
sticker.
mom everything. This is also during classic weekend. 54 and a half hours, I was in labor, and my child was delivered via C-section.
Lord have mercy, 54 hours of labor. 54 hours. Back then they didn't have, yeah. Yeah, it was, back then, the way they were doing the paternity test was through amniocentesis. And that's where they take the needle and go into the belly button, and they take fluids from the amniotic sac and they test it that way. That's how it was done back then. It was very invasive. It was very high risk. There was a chance that you could lose the baby doing that. So I wouldn't have done that myself either. Like, no, you're just gonna have to wait until this baby is born if you really want a paternity test that bad. Yes, she said 54 hours of labor, y'all. But now listen to the experience that she had at the hospital.
They knew the day that I went into the hospital, they knew the complications I was having. They knew that the child's heart rate had been dropping, and not one person cared. Not one person responded to that at all. But when they found out that the baby was born, an immediate message came through to my mother asking for a picture. I said, send the picture. She sent the picture, and the response was, oh, that's my grandbaby. To me, all babies look alike when they're born, so whatever, but hey, go off. I was thinking that maybe that was going to be a start to something better, but it was actually the gateway to hell.
So the baby's heart rate was dropping. She was having all kinds of complications. And a phone call is made. Can I see the baby? That's my grandbaby, and that's it. Well, wait, there's more.
For the next 3 days, I stayed in the hospital, and not one time did I receive a visit from him or anyone in his family, but his girlfriend actually did stop by unannounced and uninvited with a bag of bibs talking about we needed to speak. I said, no, we don't. Asked her to leave, and she left. It was cool. Well, a few days later, I was discharged from the hospital the day before Thanksgiving, actually. And on Thanksgiving, we go to my cousin's every single year who stayed right around the corner from him.
Okay, you know what, Henny? He went to a Christian school, so that would mess up the brand. Marriage before sex. Well, he should have thought about that before he was out here committing those acts. See, that's the thing. You cannot think about the branding after the fact. That's like when I get up here and I start, falling into the traps of the trolls, and I began to troll them. Remember, I used to curse people out and call them pissy. Remember, I used to do all of that. Well, I had to stop doing that because it was bad for the brand. So I try my best not to curse people out in such a vulgar manner. I try to reserve and just be professional with the way that I read them down. Even when I do my reads on people, I try not to be so vulgar when I'm doing the read downs because I'm thinking of my brand. So if his brand is for him to be this upstanding role model of Christianity, then he has to move like that even behind the scenes. You can't move like that behind the scenes, and then when an incident happens, now you want to clean it up. And that's not just Dwight Howard, that's everybody. You can't do that. She's not the one that's trying to build this brand for herself as an upstanding model Christian citizen. So now she's supposed to be treated any differently or ridiculed or stomped out. Not stomped out literally, but I mean like silenced. Because she's not what's good for his branding, but she was good enough for him to lay down with. People got to start accepting accountability for their actions. And if you are serious about being this image that you put out to the world, you have to be that image at all times. You can't just be that image because it's good for the moment or because there's lights, cameras, action around. So, yeah, I get what you're saying, and I understand. I'm not coming for you. I'm just, giving my response and my thought on that comment. But that is a good comment because it's a good insight into his mindset and what he's thinking. But he's not thinking about that branding. Wait a minute. This just caught my eye before I go in. I was in labor for 2 weeks off and on. That is the reason I only have one child. The labor was too much for me and scared the hell out of me. Girl, Lord bless your soul on this Sunday. 2 weeks.
Kept saying that he was going to come by, that he was around the corner, that he was about to ring the doorbell. All these things, kept saying that he was coming by. Y'all, he never showed up. We then ended up taking a paternity test at a neutral location, even though the team had asked me to take it at their offices. And I said, hell no, because I don't trust them. We took it at a neutral location. The results came back on Christmas Eve. He acted like he was excited, wanted to see the baby the next day, Christmas. I said, cool. Christmas comes. He's like, who all over there? and he wanted to see him by himself. I said, absolutely not. I'm not telling my family to leave. They're my support system. So they stayed. He comes in, he's with his cousin. Cousin is taking all these pictures. I'm not taking pictures. His cousin's taking pictures. Next thing we know, a few days later, these pictures that his cousin has taken, one in particular where he's laying on the sofa and our child is on his shoulder, has now gone, like, I guess back then, viral. And everybody now knows that Superman has a baby.
So the word didn't even get out from her. The word got out from his camp because she just said the picture of him laying on the couch, his cousin took those pictures, not her. And it went viral. So you leaked your own baby photo? Is that what's being said here? Child. Now this is part 3, baby. This is part 3. Now let me see when she posted this part 3, because I believe this is kind of fresh. 16 hours ago was the part 3. So this is the last video that she has posted.
Hey y'all, it's Royce, and I'm back again to tell you about how my life changed beginning July 31st, 2004, and still now, all because I had a baby by Superman, part 3. We are now in January of 2008, and I am at my cousin's house, the same cousin that stays around the corner from him.
This is 4 years, y'all. All of this has happened, and we in year 4. Child.
He calls and he says that he wants to come and have a talk with me. I said, okay. Comes by. Superman is bearing gifts. There's a brand new car outside for me, a Lexus SUV, a brand new sidekick phone, and he offers to buy me a house. After talking it over with my dad, my mom, it was absolutely not, because the house is not going to be in your name, and it's something that he can take from you at any moment if he gets mad. So I declined it. He then said, well, let me refurnish your townhouse. Okay, I was not asked about any type of furniture. They just showed up at my door one day and just started bringing stuff in. No, I had no say so. When it came down to me needing diapers and bottles and now formula, because I'm no longer able to breastfeed, my body wasn't producing enough milk. His mom did at one point come by with a bunch of diapers. I was very thankful. But that was it. There was nothing else. There was no help. There was nothing. At this point, I auditioned for a dancing gig at Holy Land. And I got the gig. So I began dancing in late January. So now I have a job.
Superman face.
On the days that I had to work, my child was with my parents. And on occasion, he would be with his father and the nanny and his girlfriend. Well, there were days where he would come home from seeing or spending time with his father, and he would be very colicky, throwing up, like sick. I mean, fevers, would have to take him to the doctor. It was a lot. That relationship he was in ended. I find out later on that the reason my child was returned super colicky, sick, throwing up, all these things, only to then be told it was because they were purposely giving him food that was opposite of what he was eating. I would pack a bag and I would have it listed of what he should be eating for lunch, for dinner, all these things. And he was intentionally given the opposite. So when he would be returned home, he was sick, colicky, throwing up, having to go to the hospital. When I confronted the situation, I was told that that was a lie and that it was only done because they thought I was trying to micromanage, and they decided that they were just going to give him whatever they wanted to give him.
So much to unpack here. So much to unpack here. As a mother, this is why I was always super overprotective of who my kids were around, especially when they were with the dads. Because sometimes babies have dietary needs. For example, apple juice could not take Similac or any of that stuff. The doctors told me to put apple juice on carnation milk because she would projectile vomit. Well, guess what? Her pediatrician finally found a milk that she was able to take, which was called Gentle Ease. And y'all probably know about this milk now, but back then, back in 2008, when I had her, Gentle Ease was brand new. I had to fight with WIC to get it on WIC. Okay? It was very expensive to buy, but my daughter was in the hospital. She was hospitalized twice before she was the age of 1. Okay? Because she had an allergy to those milks. So she had to take a specific formula, or else she was going to projectile vomit everywhere. And it was very detrimental to her because she began to lose weight. I stopped breastfeeding her. At 6 months, I stopped breastfeeding her. And she was strictly bottle fed. And I was in the hospital with her twice. And we were in the hospital for days. So her giving him a list of what the baby can eat, cannot eat, and then saying, I thought it was because you were micromanaging, shows just how absent he is in the child's life. Let me say this. I know that there are a lot of people that are on this bandwagon that when it comes down to children, if you know the man didn't want to have a kid and you still have the kid, then, oh, well, you get what you deserve. I feel like this. Once a baby comes into the picture, whether you want the child or not, that's still your child. It is very imperative and detrimental that both parents be present at these pediatrician doctor's visits so that everybody is getting the same information and everybody understands what the care plan is for this child. Even if your child is healthy, there needs to be an understanding of both. There has to be a line of communication, and we have to stop this toxic crap that we do. Okay, and I say we as people. I'm not placing blame on women or men. I'm saying as people on both, because we all play toxic games at some point in time in our lives. We got to stop these toxic games when it comes down to these children. Because now saying, oh, I thought you were trying to micromanage, so we just gave him whatever. You cannot say that it was a lie and it wasn't true and then turn around and say, well, we thought you was micromanaging, so we just gave him whatever. Now the child is sick because the child can't have certain things, and it wasn't a matter of micromanaging. Now I'm going to also hit the allegedly, because I wasn't there, so I don't know. We're just going off of Reese's side of the story, but I'm just saying there are situations where things like this happen. And my question for the girlfriend, and my thing for women who enter into relationships with men who have children, if you are a girlfriend and your man has a baby on you, if you are not mature enough to handle the responsibility of that, or the minute that you feel any twinge of anything when you see that child, leave. Don't stay because of ego. Don't stay to try to fight it out with the baby mama. Do what's best for the child, and don't put that child in danger. Because as a woman, your nurturing doesn't kick in. I'm just asking. I'm not saying it's the girlfriend's fault or any of that, but there are a lot of cases where a man will get a girlfriend. The girlfriend, you have a baby with somebody else, they bring the baby to the house, and mysterious things like that start going on. They do things intentionally. The minute you feel a twinge of anything towards an innocent child who has nothing to do with the situation, everybody needs to remember, children are innocent. They have nothing to do with grown-up business at all. As a woman, I've dealt with men who have children. My nurturing instincts immediately kick in for that child. If your nurturing instincts do not kick in for the child and you feel something, stay away from the child. Can we start protecting these children and not allowing our egos to guide us? Because at some point in time, as a woman, how do you sit there and say to him, yeah, let's just Why not have a conversation with them? Like, you know what, babe? Maybe you need to talk to her. Maybe there's a reason why she's sending this. Maybe it's not micromanaging. And ladies, we got to stop listening to everything that gets told to us. Men, you got to stop listening to everything that gets told to you by these baby mamas and baby daddies. Start trying to find out who this person is for yourself. Build a relationship with that person, because it will make co-parenting, and if you plan to be in that person's life, a lot easier when you're able to have a conversation with that person's partner, because then they can gauge you for themselves. You can gauge them for yourself outside of what's being told by the middle person. But don't do this. Don't do this.
Okay. I let it go, y'all. Now, again, we've had the birthday party. We've had our Christmas. Things seem to be going okay, right? We've now gone to mediation, and in mediation, we agreed to a child support number, and it was drastically, probably a third of what one of my attorneys was requesting. I said that I didn't want to seem like I was out for his money, so I was okay with the amount that was given. Totally fine. Moving forward, I start dating. Now all of a sudden, I think we should make this work.
Oh,
This is
hell
your
no.
first kid. This is my first kid. Let's make this work. Now, this is where I could probably be stupid. Well, I was dumb. I saw family. And I am a very forgiving person. If you know anything about me, I forgive way too much. So we decided to work on a relationship. Crazy, right? But we did. Almost immediately, I regretted it. I was forced to do things sexually that I did not necessarily agree with. But because I wasn't that experienced, I thought it was normal. And I never complained about it. I just felt like this was me experiencing things that maybe he's experienced and I have not. That's when things started turning verbally and physically and also mentally abusive. I was told that I was stupid. I was told that nobody would ever want me. I was told that everybody here loved him and hated me. And how does it feel to have my hometown turn on me? I better not ever leave him. If I left him ever, he would make my life a living hell. And he did. There were days that I would be at his home and I was threatened with a knife. And then it was off. But when the knife was in my face, it was, I could kill you right now and get away with it because I could claim self-defense and they would believe me and not you because who are you? That happened. He came to my house one day to pick up our child, and because I did not have a backpack or orange Trident gum or soda in my refrigerator, he followed me into our child's closet and he grabbed me and he pushed me to the floor and said, in the future, I better have his back waiting. I then left. I go out into the family room and I'm telling his best friend, the one that's an inch away from being a little person. And I'm like, get your friend. He's going crazy. What's wrong with him? Well, he comes in there and he, in front of his best friend, as well as my goddaughter, my other goddaughter, he grabs my hair and he forces me to the floor. And he's like, who the are you talking to? Our child, who is not even 2 yet, is thinking he's playing. So he's grabbing at his leg with his baby boys, and he throws me into the entertainment center. When he threw me into the entertainment center, it broke the door. So I was flung into the one on the right, and our son, who was grabbing him and like thinking he was playing, he then flung him into the other door. I do not think that was intentional. I don't think he knew his own strength, but that's what he did.
Bruh.
That's dangerous as hell. I don't even have any words to say about that. When I started this, now I hadn't seen part 3. I'm watching part 3 for the first time with y'all. I don't have my bell more. She is very short, and he is very tall. This is hard. Now, when I started this, I said, is all of this coming out because of the fact that this man got engaged, or is she warning the young lady that he is engaged to of what he is capable of? I'm starting to feel like maybe she's putting out a warning, and maybe she's freeing herself of what she could not say. Because let's think about it for a second. If the NBA is involved in calling her into those offices, right? It is very likely, like Coolest Jazz said, that she was made to sign an NDA. It's very likely. It's not like it's unheard of. It's not like it could not have happened. It's very likely that she could have been forced to sign an NDA. If the manager is involved, an NDA could definitely have been signed. And if he's branding himself as an upstanding Christian, this information right here is damaging to that reputation that he has out there. This is crazy. I told y'all, you got to stay with it. In the beginning, it's like, okay, girl, you taking us all the way back to 2004. Yes, she's had a lot to say, and a lot has gone on. And this is not the end of it, because we're only at part 3, and we're only in 2009. We're only at 2009. We got to come all the way to 2024. So that means there's a whole lot more that's getting ready to come out. That means that she is ready to unburden everything. And it's only gonna go from here.
And it did break that door as well. Our son started crying. His best friend was like, man, what you doing? Like, you know, that's a female. And he's just not caring. That's what I realized. Like, oh my God, I'm in a relationship that I swore I would never be in. Now, moving on. The day that I really wanted to leave was a day where I did not want to have relations with him. And he then forced me to give him fellatio. I know you're wondering, how does someone force you into doing that? When you are dealing with someone that is that big and you are that small and you're terrified of them, and they have gotten away with so much and doing so many things, and you're still the one made out to be crazy and bitter, you're probably willing to do just about anything just to get through it. And that's where I was. After that,
and what she's saying is absolutely correct. I wish I had my bell, because for those of y'all who have been in those types of situations, that's triggering as hell. I know a lot of people ask questions. They ask a lot of questions because in their psyche, they can't grasp how people could actually be forced to do things or be made to do things. They say nobody can force you to do something. Well, when you're in a situation where you are scared of someone, DV is going on. Even DV does not have to be physical abuse. Domestic violence also happens at the verbal, emotional, mental, spiritual levels. So if you are scared of someone, this man just threw her into an entertainment center and her child. This man has made a lot of threats. And based off of what she's already shared with us, it is very obvious that he does have a lot of pull, because his manager and the NBA officers are calling her in. They're trying to force her to do DNA tests and all types of stuff. Like, come on. You just want to keep the peace. You just want to do whatever it is to try to keep the peace because you don't want to go through it. Okay? I can tell y'all right now, I had hair that was all the way to my behind. My natural hair. No weave, no wig. It was my hair that grew all the way to my behind. When it was straight, it touched the top of my behind. When it was curly, shrinkage was real. I could not wear my hair straight and down outside the house, only inside. If I went outside, I had to wrap my hair up and put a scarf on, or I could wear my hair curly and out because it was shorter, but not long and out. I could not wear heels, could not wear makeup, had to wear jeans and a t-shirt, sweatpants and t-shirt, things of that nature. Why? Because it would keep the peace. Leaving is not always an option at the moment because of the threats. And then things seem to be real. They have people that are backing them. My baby father, he knew state troopers. He knew people in the schools. It seemed like every time I got into something with him, he got out of it. Like it did seem like it was never ending. It did feel like I couldn't escape. So imagine being in a situation with somebody who's a celebrity, who has power, prestige, things behind him. Now I'm not taking a side. All of what is being said is
Allegedly.
I'm just explaining for people who don't understand what she just said. And what she just said can be very triggering for a lot of people. So, if you're triggered, you can go out, come back in. But this is her story and she's telling it. This is the events according to her. I have no attachment to either one. I have no attachment to Royce. I have no attachment to Dwight. So before people start saying, oh, I'm giving my opinion and commentary on the situation. And that's what I said and I stand on it.
Her nanny came into the picture. I knew this nanny was not okay. When she would drop our child off, he would sit in the doorway and he was hitting himself. Or he would be in the bathtub and he would be playing with himself in a really weird way. That just didn't seem right. Of course, he was little, so he couldn't really vocalize things. But
absolutely,
I could tell something wasn't right. There was the day where I invited her inside and I sat her down and I said, I just need to talk to you. And I said, have you ever put your hands on my son? And she swore up and down no. And I said, well, why is he sitting in the doorway hitting himself or playing with himself in the bathtub? And she was like, oh my God, I don't know. Why would you even ask me something like that? I said, because I want to know. She swore up and down that she had never put her hands on my son in an inappropriate way or even as a disciplinarian. I said, okay. And I said, but if I find out that you have ever put your hands on my son, we're going to have a problem. She asked me if that was a threat. I said, no, it's not a threat. It's a promise. She then went back and told them that I threatened her. And I told them the same thing, that I didn't threaten her, that I made a promise.
Okay.
And that's when things started getting hidden from me about what was going on at that house with my child. But I found out anyway. This is also around the time that Basketball Wives was coming to fruition.
Now, I want y'all to see what it says. Basketball Wives and the alleged gag order in episode 4. So stay tuned because there will be a 4th video, basically, is what she's letting us know. I just checked her page. There is no 4th video up as of yet. Now, what I am going to do is start a playlist on the channel. You guys can watch this totally uninterrupted without my commentary. I'm going to put the videos in a playlist and you guys can watch it, listen to it without me cutting in, interrupting, or any of that, so that you can keep up with the story if you're not following her. If you just want to have, I'll even do it without a watermark. No, I'm not going to do it without a watermark. I'm lying. But I will put the playlist there for y'all. So that way the playlist is there. And as they come out, we will come and we will review them. And I will give my commentary on them as well as they are released. Okay. This was a lot to take in. I want to hear about this gag order. And I also do have the lives. I will be getting the lives. I will keep up with the lives and keep up with this story for you guys as it comes out. Yeah, I didn't want to lie. Jenny. I didn't want to lie. But this was a lot to take in and a lot to process. And you've got to think that the gag order being put into place, like how long she had to stay silent. Let's see. Okay. Some of these people can get off of here. I will do some cleaning up of my own. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to move it right along to our next topic of conversation. I do want to say this. Whatever her reason is for coming out and speaking now is her reason for coming out and speaking out now. The fact that she's been holding in information going back over the years is crazy work. 2004 to 2024, baby. That's 2 decades. That's 20 years. That's 2 decades. And we are only on episode 4 of this, okay? Baby, I know y'all got a lot to say. And I am going to open up a panel. I think we're going to open up a separate panel. Henny Glass is in the chat if y'all still want to do Benzino. Or if y'all want to take a reprieve and come back and do Benzino. No, you know what? Let's just do Benzino and get it out the way, guys. Let's just do Benzino. Thank you for the cash app. I appreciate it. Make sure that y'all are hitting that like button. Okay? Them likes up. I think my mom is getting ready to go to work. If she hasn't left already. So now this video, I already know. I don't know why I asked y'all, because y'all are going to be like, we want to see the Benzino with you, Eddie. I already know. So I already know what I'm about to do. I will do some things. So now this video is brought to us by Unspoken Crime Murders. Their link is down in the description box below if you guys want to go and check this video out for yourselves. But we are going to watch this video because I'm very confused about a lot of things that are going on. Because it says that he was being evicted, but there's a whole lot to unpack in this video at the same time. So let's take a look at Benzino being evicted, I guess.
Sheriff's Office eviction! Sheriff's Office! Step up. Step up.
We're gonna clear the house and we'll come back. We're gonna clear the house.
Okay, so what's this for?
You have an active warrant
For what?
in Cobb County.
I just got out of jail with that. I just came out with
Okay,
that.
all right.
Fuck your mother. Fuck your mother. You punk motherfuckers. That's all right. That's all right.
People look up to you
Suck
and
my,
say,
suck my, suck my.
Tonight, we delve into the aftermath of a heated incident involving Raymond Scott, better known as Benzino, a prominent figure.
Now, I know that everybody has already seen this video, okay? If you have not seen the video in its entirety, see, I don't know if she's going to allow me to use her content, because I just thought about it. This is I don't want to get in trouble. I saw it on Tosh K. Okay, that's where I saw that. I saw it on Tosh K. But the video has a lot going on. I'm just going to keep with where we are.
You're in hip hop and the co-founder of The Source magazine. On April 7th, 2022, Cobb County Police were called to Pepper Boxing Gym in Georgia after a reported altercation. According to the police
Now, did y'all catch that? This was old.
report, Benzino refused to leave as the gym was closing, leading to a confrontation where he allegedly struck a woman in the face before.
Now, this is old. This is old. Just so that y'all can catch that. This is old. This is something old that has resurfaced, okay? Let's go back a little bit just so that y'all can see that this is old. It's not something that just...
That's all right. Suck my...
This is not something that recently happened. So, it's just something that's being talked about now, I guess. Okay, so we're going to April 7th, 2022. This was from 2 years ago, I guess. But I have a lot of questions. Y'all haven't seen it? Okay. So this is what I'm going to do. Go over here. A lot of people have not. All right, so let's pull up this video. Let's see. Okay. Because they have the full video. I knew I should have bookmarked it. Here it is. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to big my screen and I'm going to... This is coming to us. Sorry, y'all. This is coming to us from Tosh K Unwind on IG. So let's go ahead and we're going to watch this video.
I can't get my drawers on?
Step up.
For what?
Step up.
We're gonna clear the house and we're coming out. We're gonna clear the house.
Okay, so that's fine.
Sheriff's office, bitch, in here.
Gotcha. Sheriff's office goes to the room.
Hold what you got, Johnson.
Gotcha.
I have so many questions because why do they have pow-pows out while serving an eviction? I mean, I get it. They're evicting somebody, so they have to protect themselves. But that's a scary feeling. That's a scary feeling. I don't know if anybody has ever had the displeasure of having the police enter into your home and they have pow-pows out and all of that. But to me, this seemed like it was a bit more than just an eviction that was going on from the minute that I saw that. But let's continue.
Sheriff's office.
See my flashlight, Johnson? Coming out.
Thank you, Wonder Woman.
Sheriff's office eviction.
Watch yourself, watch yourself.
You know what it is. All right. Yeah, I already been say, you already know what it is. But yeah, he's fake. Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's still active. But
No, they just said, they was just talking about he got arrested. When he said he was out.
he got arrested.
I agree, Coolest Jazz. He was not being He wasn't resisting arrest from what I was seeing.
All right, sir. You can come on in.
Yeah, all right.
You can get cash, medication.
Thank you.
Before you
God
go
said
for anything,
I am.
let me know exactly where you're
My
going.
phone. My
Yeah.
My diabetes medicine. Let's see.
Are there any weapons in the house?
No.
Okay.
Right. I don't know what happened to him.
What the fuck is my phone?
Now, as you can see, they're telling him, like, if he needs anything, let them know what he needs, where he's going. So they're basically telling him, like, you know, hey, just communicate with us your movements. Did Mimi leave? Tell Mimi I'm sorry. I am. I apologize because we were supposed to do something and I'm caught up.
Let's go to the beach.
No, we're not going to the beach. But you know, he was being very cooperative with them. But there's a lot to unpack in this video within itself. I don't understand it. I do agree with what was just said in the comments, that it's looking like they were trying to serve an eviction, a warrant, charge him, all at the same damn time. They were trying to do 3 things at once. And that to me is like, what?
I'm pulling shorts. Yeah. So I can call a truck now, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've never seen a washer and dryer in somebody's closet. That's different. And he also lives what looks like a very modest life. Benzino does not live in a mansion. That just goes to show you that with Love and Hip Hop, and it's no shade, it's just an observation. With Love and Hip Hop, they really do be renting out those Airbnbs for them to live in, because this doesn't look like a house that was on Love and Hip Hop to me. Does it to you?
Do you have your ID on you?
Yeah.
All right.
What's it at? It's over here. I get it.
Okay.
Let's see. What else?
Any large sums of money or anything?
No, nothing like that. I just had my phone, right? They must have took my phone.
No, it's sitting right here.
Okay. Where?
Right underneath the pillow.
Okay. All right. So this. Get my socks, sneakers. I'm good. Do that with that.
Well, we'll
So
see.
what do we gotta do?
They usually do that. The crew will take everything. Yeah.
Right, but how are they? Can you ask them?
They could probably have bags and stuff.
That's what I need to know. Okay.
Yeah.
Do they got the bags?
They should have everything, yes. And if not, we'll let them know. So.
Yeah, let's make sure now.
No, I got
They can't
you.
just- okay,
Yeah.
all right.
We ain't gonna make sure all your property good. Man.
Got you.
You got a shirt?
That's what I'm trying to find my damn shirt.
Just grab one.
Gotcha. Come on, Pablo.
My bad. Do not believe the hype about Tosh K and Whack 100. I do still believe that they work together. Okay. And Whack has beef with Benzino. Could somebody be putting this out? Maybe not even Whack. Maybe we giving him too much credit. Okay. But is it very possible that somebody is releasing this information and running a smear campaign to try to bring him down? What beef does Benzino have? Because I have not been keeping up with Benzino. But what beef does Benzino have? Can y'all hear me now? Because I know I had accidentally muted myself. Well, not accidentally. I muted myself because I was talking to Apple Juice and the video was playing. I forgot to unmute. Miss Pammy, how you going to say, no, ma'am, we can't hear? Y'all still can't hear me? Oh, okay. Y'all can't hear me now. Yeah, that's just how I feel about it. Like, can somebody possibly be trying to stop whatever it is that he's trying to do? Who did he piss off that has ties to the media like this?
Any essentials you need to grab out of here as far as medications and stuff like that?
Yeah. Yeah, they can't. So now, as far as the clothes, right?
Yep.
As far as everything, what are they gonna do with it? You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I don't want them fucking up my shit now.
I ain't gonna mess with
Okay, cool.
it. You got medication?
Yeah. So what? No, I don't. But what's the what are they gonna as far as doing like my clothes?
Everything's gonna come out of this apartment.
Man, we already know that. I'm saying, how are they taking my clothes out?
However they can get it out of the apartment.
Right, I'm saying, but do they have bags and boxes?
I can't answer that. I'm not part of the moving crew.
You got what?
I'm not part of the moving crew.
Okay,
They're
right.
gonna get it out however they can get it out.
No, they're not.
Despite the eviction, officers discovered that the young woman at the gym didn't want to press charges. However, they still proceeded to charge him with assault.
So they came to evict him. So the incident happens at the gym. He's accused of assaulting this woman.
Allegedly.
And they come to evict him from his apartment. But now they're bringing up charges. Now, this is how the state picks up charges. The state is now, it would not be the young woman pressing charges against Benzino. It would be the state picking up charges against Benzino. But now this is where it's starting to twist. Because if you're here to evict the person, evict the person. When you get to the station and other things start coming out, deal with the other things that are coming out. I'm trying to figure out, what does the eviction have to do with the situation that happened at the gym? Those are the dots that I'm trying to connect. I love you, Miss Penny.
All right, who got the ID?
I have it right here.
Right, how long is this thing?
Right.
All right, sir. So go ahead, place your hands right here.
What's this for?
You have an active warrant
For what?
in Cobb County.
I just got out of jail with that. I just came out with
Okay.
that.
All right. Well, they still confirmed it. Go ahead, place your hands behind your back.
So now they're saying he has a warrant. So this went from an eviction to him catching an assault charge to him having a warrant. I am so confusion with this. If you are confusion, drop your hen emojis or your henny glasses in the chat if you are confusion, because I'm trying to understand this. I'm really trying to understand this.
What's the warrant for?
We'll go over that as soon as I have it. All right.
I just came out of jail with that. I have the papers. You want to see the paper?
Hold on.
I just got out of jail for that.
Okay.
Don't arrest me. Don't listen.
All right.
The rest of me fucking property, I'll sue your motherfucker.
Okay.
All right. I just got out of jail 3 days ago.
Okay.
All right. For the same warrant. Let me show you. My papers are right there.
All right.
Get the papers out of there.
I got you.
Get the papers out of there. So I just got out of jail for this shit. Good morning.
You reach out to the
I just got out of jail. I don't know what look in the top drawer. I just came out of jail 3 days ago. For the same warrant. For the same warrant. For what's out of jail. The driver warrant in February. Let me tell you. It's the top right there. He's asking me something. What am I talking about? Tell me.
Where was the license? Okay.
Listen.
So, okay, when they are running your name and it comes back that you have a warrant, they can then arrest you. But the thing is, y'all were not there for that. Y'all were there for an eviction. So how does all of this become all of this? If you're there to evict him, have him vacate the premises. But it went from him being evicted to assault charges, a warrant, arrest. That was too much for me. So what y'all do? Get into the house to gain access to him to arrest him? Did y'all know this prior to going to his house, that he had these charges and the warrant? Did y'all run him prior to going to his house? Because that's very much what it's giving.
It's a driving warrant in February.
Okay.
A driving warrant.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, man, you guys are
got something else?
Chill out, man. Just go find out what's going on. If it's not real, we'll get you out of handcuffs. All right. Come on, let us do it. Okay? Because we're here for something. We're not even here for you. We're over here for something totally different.
Yeah, but this is all right. I just got out of jail for the same warrant.
Where were you in jail?
Cobb County was in Gwinnett, right? And then they had a hold on me in Cobb County. They took me to Cobb. I bailed out. I'm on bail in Cobb County right now.
You got paperwork because this COVID.
Paperwork's around here somewhere. I just got out. They had to hold on me. I got bail for $120, huh?
Where'd you get out of jail?
What you call
Sheriff's, not the regular police department, the sheriff's.
Cobb County.
License right here.
Benzino, I don't know your real name.
Listen, I got out.
What's your license? You got that?
I just gave me.
I know, yeah. We're gonna check with someone else to make sure it's good. Is it in this pocket?
Yeah.
What?
Your license.
Yeah.
All right.
So one of them pockets only got 2.
All right.
Someone mentioned gang stalked. Absolutely. Now you can see that these are the sheriffs. The sheriffs are the ones that come to evict you out of your home, not the regular police department. When you get like eviction notices, to my understanding, it's the marshals, as a matter of fact. The marshals come and serve you. And the marshals are the ones that come. I don't know, because in New York, if somebody gets evicted, they get a notice on their door and their doorknob gets like some type of clamp on it. So you can't go in and out of that house. And what usually happens with evictions, like if you live in New York, you know when somebody's been evicted because all their stuff gets put outside. They don't box it. They don't bag it. They don't give a damn about it. They throw it all outside with not one F given at all. I don't know how it happens here or in other states, but I know that I've seen people get those eviction notices on their doors and then all of their stuff be outside. They don't let them back into that house to get anything. Those landlords go in there, they give you a certain amount of days to settle. If you don't settle, then your stuff goes outside, child. And everybody know your business. They know what kind of furniture you had. They'll put your pictures out there. They put your clothes out there. They don't give a damn. They'll put your brand new TVs out there. They don't steal them themselves, okay? Because don't act like these landlords don't be stealing, okay?
Yeah, man, you're f***ing wrong, man. This is bullshit.
Sit down, let's check. Relax.
Well, take these off, man.
And until listen, you just detained. You're not under arrest. Chill out. I guess something came back before I walked in.
Yeah, man. Fucked up.
Hey, we know how to undo every fucker. Relax. Come on.
I have no idea what
You don't want to get sued.
We don't want to get sued.
Don't f*** around.
You said somewhere your girl got paperwork.
I'm so stupid, man.
That's
It
shameful.
might just be a delay that they didn't put it in, but if you
Might
say
just
you
be
buy,
delayed that they put it in the f*** think it is. Just hurry the f*** up and take these cuffs off. Dumbass.
This is where he starts.
I'm already on bail off it. Stupid. The f***, man.
Now, this is where he starts getting aggressive with them, because at the end of the day, if y'all can see the warrant, why can't y'all see that he was bailed out? I don't know, because I'm not a cop. And like I said, I haven't been in any particular situation. So I'm asking from a space of ignorance because I don't know. I don't know.
16, 2022, something about the time.
When did the warrant come out?
5/16/2022.
Ask him, you have SCSO? Step up here. Come on, speak.
Hold on, stand by for me. SL Radio.
All right. Hey, who's speaking? Hey, Alexis, Sergeant Block. What's up, please? All right, so the warrant is good for him, right? Okay. Stay with me. Question. When did that warrant get put in the system? Okay, could you check our jail system?
Like, you know what? You don't have to. 'Cause I can't wait to sue you, motherfucker. I can't wait. Let's go.
If it's not,
Matter of fact, am I locked up? Come on, let's go. Let's go.
Detained for it.
You
10-15.
What does that mean?
It's active. The warrant's still active.
So really?
Yeah.
So you guys are gonna lock me up on the same warrant that I just got bailed out on? That's okay. I'm gonna sue your dumb ass.
And guess what? I would sue them too, because if I was already in Click City for that and I bailed out, why is my warrant still showing as active? Because I don't know. Shouldn't that warrant have been satisfied if he went already and was locked up for this very warrant? Somebody ain't doing their job. So whoever was supposed to update in the system did not update in the system. Is there no way for them to make phone calls to find out? But what happens is you go down to the station and then they got to sort all of this out. But in the meantime, you're being placed under arrest and taken into custody. And this started off as an eviction and escalated. It escalated very rapidly.
I'm gonna sue your stupid ass. Good. Good. No. I just got bailed out on the warrant. On what? I'm gonna tell you. You wanna let me talk to you? Yes. Relax. No, he's fine.
I wouldn't be relaxed.
It's not on the same thing. It is an additional charge.
For what?
Did you have? I guess you could say DV warrant.
What's a DV warrant?
Domestic violence.
Domestic violence.
So it's not the traffic warrant. He has a domestic violence warrant.
No. Hell no. I'm gonna sue you guys. Hell no. In my life. Never in my life. Are you crazy? Are you guys serious? In my life? Hell no.
I'm talking to you. Okay, you have a right to be upset. I'm giving you.
What's the warrant on?
I just told you domestic violence.
From who?
I don't have it in front of me.
I'm gonna sue him. You son of a bitch.
Hey, listen.
We put the warrant on you. Man, that's bullshit. Hey, I don't got no domestic violence. What's the date on it? What's the date?
I just told you.
What's the date? No, you didn't. You told me shit.
I don't know that date, but you have a.
You can't tell me nothing.
Here's the thing. Why don't you have all of the information? If you're going to arrest him, you just asked for the date. How don't you have the date? You have the date of the warrant. We just heard him say, what date was that put into the system? Did we not hear him say? The same guy that's trying to calm him down, did we not hear him just ask, what date was that warrant put into the system? Sorry, Mama, it went over. I know, but still. All right. So how you can't tell him, well, the warrant went into the system on this day? You know what the warrant was for. Man.
I don't have the actual date that it was put on. That's what I'm telling you. It is there.
So you guys are arresting me on a false warrant? I don't have a domestic violence. Listen. Okay,
let's do it. If you have anything in here you want to take with, I'm trying to work with you.
No, let's go. Let's go. Take me the fuck out of here. Take me out.
Benzino.
Take me out.
I'm trying to get you.
Take me out. I need to call my lawyer. Take me the fuck out of here.
Last time. Do you have anything about
dog, asshole? What do you think?
Asshole. You are with your team.
Y'all take it.
All right.
Son of a bitch.
Hey, what's in that bag? What's in that bag?
A cold-blooded killer.
Okay, so now she's running the ads that she has to run behind everything that has nothing to do with Benzino, that part of the video. But now we've seen that part, and now we go back to the other video that we were looking at that is on the YouTube channel, because it just does not make sense to me as to how all of this is playing out, and it's okay. Like, okay, so we have in this video that I'm getting ready to share now, we have the rest of the video. So we're gonna watch the rest of the video, and then we will give our 1-2s on this. Oh, my bad.
Y'all take it.
Son of a bitch. I can't believe this shit. That's all right. That's all right. I need more domestic. Man, fuck. Suck my dick. Suck my dick. Suck my dick. You got no domestic violence. You guys, I can't believe this shit. Why didn't you show up with my last Tuesday when they bailed me out of Compton?
They said it was an additional charge. That means they came back and charged with something else.
They came back and charged you with domestic violence? When?
We'll know when we get to the jail. We'll get the charge.
They have probable cause. They got
Who came back?
Yeah.
Who came back? Who did I get charged from? The officer? What officer?
Whoever the one took out the warrant on him, sir.
An officer charged with domestic violence?
Yes.
Why didn't he arrest me?
Why didn't he?
Yeah, dickhead, why didn't he?
Because he wasn't there. He couldn't locate you. He put a warrant out on you. So if somebody came up, he came up 1099.
Okay, yeah. This is crazy.
When we get to the
I get what he's asking them. He's asking them, if I had this warrant, then why did they release me when I just got out of jail 3 days ago? He was just in jail. So was it just put in the last 72 hours? Yes, legally, he has a right to know why he's arrested. So they're telling him you have a warrant, a domestic violence warrant, but you're not telling him when. And he asked you when it was put into the system. That plays a big part in all of this. Child, there must have been a new warrant because the state picked up the charges from the gym incident. That's what I'm thinking too, but it's just like, what the hell? If he was in jail, why wasn't it addressed then? And how they let him out? I'm confused. The only way that it could have come out is, like I said, if it came out in the 72 hours that he was out of jail.
This shit crazy as fuck. Suck my right? Suck my This don't even make sense. This don't even make sense. Why did the officer arrest me then? Huh? Does that make sense to you? You idiots, man. Oh man, you guys are violating the out of my rights. That's all right though. That's all right. Man, you know how many times Cobb County been sued? Bricks, you Sambo fuck, you racist bitch. All of you, yo, racist. Believe that. Man, you Sambo, go tap dance somewhere. Cool. Yo, cool. That's all right. I'm gonna sue your punk ass. Believe that. Yeah. Bitch ass. Bitch ass nigga. All right. Suck my. You ain't your mother. You punk motherfuckers. That's all right. That's all right.
people look up to
Suck
you.
my dick. Suck
I
my.
didn't hear not one
Suck my.
Miranda.
Suck my. Look up to that. You.
What else?
Ass, your mother. Your mother's sucking my. I can't believe it. It doesn't even make sense. I just got out of jail in a domestic violence. Man.
Yeah, I know. Yes, he is.
Hey, officer, I apologize. Can you roll down the window, please? Because I can't breathe, man. I can't breathe. I don't even know what's going on. Thank you, sir.
So that warrant, like I said, the warrant had to come back within the 72 hours of him being arrested, because he said he got out 3 days ago for a traffic warrant that he had and he bailed out. So, like I told y'all, I hadn't watched this whole video. I'm watching the whole video with y'all. So I'm finding out the rest of this video with the rest of y'all who did not watch the video at all. So at the end of the day, here we go. Now, he went over the top with the cursing them out and calling them coons and saying your mother is SMD. to turn around and have to apologize because he needs him to open the window because now he's got himself all hyped up and amped up. I am very much aware that Benzino does have domestic violence history between him and his baby mama Althea, who is the mother of Zeno, his son. So yeah, this is just crazy work. I'm trying to understand why this is coming out now.
Thank you, sir, because I can't breathe. Thank you. A little more, please. Thank you. All right.
On that, we'll see what happens after that.
The rapper was charged and evicted from his apartment at the same time. Officers were able to safely transport him to jail. Let us know what you think in the comments.
And there you have it. That is the Benzino video. But I want to know, why are all of these old videos of Benzino beginning to surface now? Because this happened 2 years ago and now it's going around and people are talking about it. But why? We're talking about it because some of us didn't know about it. I didn't know about it because I wasn't following Benzino back then like that. Once he was off Love and Hip Hop and I stopped watching Love and Hip Hop, I didn't care about what was going on no more. I moved on. But I do know that he has surfaced and been on the radar of other people that are in the industry. So what is this about? What is this about? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to open up the panel for y'all to come on up here and speak your piece on how you feel about Reese and Benzino. Now, don't be shy. Y'all be coming up on the other channel. It's the same thing. It's the same panel. It's just a different topic. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to pin you, Miss Gold Digger. I'm sorry. Boom. I meant to drop the StreamYard link. This was in Georgia. He was arrested in Georgia. Okay? Don't be going off and begging for help because you can't breathe. Diabolical. That's a fact. It's too much. Why must we see him in the backseat of the police car? That was the video. There was stuff going on in the backseat of the police car. That's why I put it out. Because he was in the backseat of the car cursing him out and then he needed to breathe. But he looks very upset, very troubled, very stressed out. I don't know what's going on with Benzino. He was put out of his home. He was evicted. I don't know what happened to his stuff. Hopefully they took care of his stuff and gave it to him. Hey, Buttercup, you got an unpopular opinion for us today?
A little bit.
A little bit.
First thing I'm gonna say is, Coy, call your daddy. Coy, come get your daddy.
Okay.
Just come get your daddy. And second one, it's about Royce. So I remember a long time ago, Royce was. Well, first thing I'm gonna say is this the same? She only had one child, right?
As far as I know, I don't know if we're having any other children.
Is this the same son she got arrested for a long time, 2 years ago?
Yes.
Okay, because I was pretty sure. Did everybody forget about that scandal, or did nobody know about it other than me?
Nobody knew about it.
Oh, okay. Because I remember a long time ago when she was going through that scandal, a girl I used to watch on her played a video of the little boy calling the dad out. He's like, "You don't even take care of your kids. You don't do nothing for me."
Well, hold on 1 second because I got to see if I could send this to myself because you done brought it up. So now I got to talk about it. Here we go. I'm going to send it to me so we can talk about it. Because, yes, she was brought up on child neglect charges.
Yeah, because I
However,
remember when
she
she
was
was
put
going.
in prison. She had a child neglect case.
Okay, are we going through technical difficulties?
No, I can hear you.
Oh, okay, because I remember when I used to watch this girl a long time ago. She done disappeared now, but I remember she played a live that the son did, and he was pretty much caught. Hey, bro, get away from my sandwich. Sorry, that was my cat. But the son called out the dad a long time ago, pretty much called him a deadbeat. He don't know nothing about his kids and don't do nothing for his son. I was like, oh my God, that was so heartbreaking.
Okay, so let me go ahead and pull it up for y'all because this was See, why you bring this up? I don't want to talk about this, but we're gonna talk about it because you brought it up. Everybody blame Buttercup for this.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm finna go now. I'm finna go now because the cat
I'm
over
just
here
playing.
bothering my food and I gotta handle him.
Oh, yeah. Go protect the food, okay? Protect the sandwich at all costs.
All right, bye.
You want a sandwich. All right, see you later. Thank you for coming up, girl. So this is the case that she is talking about that Buttercup was bringing up, where it says the basketball wives Royce Reed avoided prison in child neglect. I bit my tongue while I was sleeping, y'all. So excuse me. My speech impediment is a little more than what it usually is. Okay. So it says another day from former basketball wives star caught up in a messy court case. First, it was British Williams catching 15 felonies for financial fraud. Now it's OG cast member Royce Reed who landed in hot water for child neglect case. Okay. So let's see what she said.
It pains me to hear what you're going through, but it pains me more because I can feel the energy from you. I feel like you're struggling to get through every day because you just don't know what the day is going to be, and you just don't know what's going to happen. And that breaks my heart to know that you have to live your life every day like that.
I do. I'm sorry. I do.
No, it's okay.
I keep promising myself I'm not going to cry over him.
Now we're gonna pause it there and then come back. It says last year Royce was charged with child neglect, a third-degree felony that can carry a prison sentence of up to 5 years. It stems from a situation with her 14-year-old son she shares with Dwight Howard. The court says her son had a sexually inappropriate interaction with another child. He had been instructed not to hang around people who were more than 2 years younger than him because of a previous incident. When he violated that rule, they punished Royce for allowing it to happen. Royce pled not guilty to the charges, but after over a year of back and forth in court, she and her legal team have come to an agreement that will keep her from serving jail time. Instead, she'll complete a community service program and take some classes, presumably about how not to neglect your child. If she fails to complete the program, the court can reevaluate. A letter obtained by the outlet said if the defendant successfully completes this program of rehabilitation, the case will be disposed of by an order of dismissal or a novel prosequi. If the defendant fails to meet the program's objectives, the case will be reevaluated, and this office will take appropriate action. There's no word on exactly how much community service Royce is going to have to perform. She has a court date coming up on December 6th, which should solidify the details of her arrangement. In the meantime, Royce is probably somewhere celebrating that she found a way to stay out of prison. So now let's finish.
I think I'm misunderstood. I think I feel trapped in a lot of ways because I feel like no matter how I say it or how I do it, whatever tactic I take, it still comes across like I did it the wrong way. You know, people are like, what we supposed to do with this information? You know, people like to say that, or why is this on the internet? Take it to the court. Y'all don't think I've done that? I'm an ant fighting an elephant.
And there you have it. But to my understanding, and I could be wrong, but to my understanding, that incident happened on Dwight Howard's watch. So it's a lot of layers. It's like an onion. There's a lot of layers to this story, to this situation. It's a lot of backstory. It's a lot of back and forth that's been going on. It's a lot. Sorry, y'all. Oh, I did get a text message. Hold on, let me make sure that's Oh, this is more than a text message. Okay, I will read that when I get off the line and reply. But there's a lot. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start creating the Royce Reed playlist. I'm going to take some time with that. Also, later on, we will be back tonight. I did open the panel for anybody who wanted to come up, but I don't know why y'all get so shy when it comes to being over here on Hennessy Reviews. But y'all will jump on the panel over on media. Like, what's going on? Why y'all so nervous? Don't be nervous. Please buy another bag. Please buy another bell too. I'm trying to get to my original bell. Like, anyway, that's a different topic for a different day. Yes, definitely. I want to sit and watch the Carlos King interview with the members. So we will be doing that. And then later on, we will be going in with part 2 of Alex Spiro. And tonight, I'm not going to tell you who we're going into, but we're going to be taking another in-depth look at some of the ways that Alex Spiro has handled a lot of celebrities that we know he has handled via the label, the company, the brand, the entity, Roc Nation. So if you missed last night, the question was Bobby Shmurda set up by Roc Nation? That video is available now. Please go catch up so that way you guys can watch. I am going to take some time out probably between the next week or so to sit and put everything into playlist for you guys. So that way when I say, oh, I've already covered this video is over here at such and such, I can then go ahead and show y'all that. But in the meantime, y'all continue to enjoy the rest of your Sunday. I already gave my 1-2. I felt like Benzino, this is a smear campaign because this was 2 years old and now it's starting to be talked about again on large platforms. So therefore, it feels like a smear campaign that's happening against him. When it comes down to Royce Reed, there is a lot of information that woman has been holding for 2 decades, and she is about to unleash the 2 decades worth of information that she knows about. Hey, happy 8-month anniversary, B More. Thank you, Henny, for giving us the best content. Oh, you are welcome. Thank you guys for being the best supporters in the world. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. We will be back here later. Make sure you're following me on IG. Make sure you're also following Straight Henny Media over there because they pour up some shots of Henny for you when it comes down to a lot of the celebrity gossip and things that are trending. I will go live on my YouTube Straight Henny Reviews to let y'all know when I'm about to come live here to give y'all part 2. And don't forget, if you are part of the Patreon family, we are going to be live tonight at 8 p.m. Members, stay tuned for an update on when we will be going and watching the Royce Reed interview with Carlos King because we are going to review that together in members. I will see y'all. Enjoy the rest of y'all day. Remember to vibe high so the bullshit don't stick. Love as always. Love y'all. I'll see y'all later. Peace.
Cause I don't want this simple life.